Today's topic is the question if it's possible to heal the dualism that we have in our world. The dualism in our world is characterized typically by good and bad, hot and cold, dry and wet. We have the lake here right now, and many other dualisms. This is the world that we live in. This is the planet of the dualism. We just had tranquility. Can you hear the thunder? The thunder and quiet. That's another dualism. Now, can mankind, can the Homo sapien heal this dualism? Is it possible? If the Homo sapien heals it, heals within, question mark, can he avoid to fall into all of these traps, into what is called evil, possibly set or not set by others, meaning we have wars, we have unpleasant situations for man that can always occur. And the question is, can a human avoid falling into this? Is that possible? Well, if we look at it from the micro scale, we have situations where you can avoid being cheated. You can avoid being cheated. For example, if you were, now we have a microchip shortage. Let's say you buy 10,000 microchips on the market. Somebody screws you. Your buyer is not happy with the quality, or you end up with nothing, or whatever happens. It may happen that you get screwed. Now the question is, could you have avoided that? Well, many people would say yes, because you did not anticipate, you did not prepare well, or you shouldn't have done that in the first place. Why are you not doing something else, for example? So on that micro scale, we could say yes, it can be avoided. Now if we imagine billions of people, billions of Homo sapiens, and every day they do something, they go to the grocery shop, or even they may be facing a war. Now, those decades leading up to that war, could they have been avoided by a more coherent living of the people in that, what is today a war zone? Could it have been avoided? Now, the micro example that we just looked at, and there are other situations where you're at the bakery and there's an energy monster taking energy from you. Somebody spazzes at you, or whatever. All of these, there's millions, there's billions, there's trillions of situations that every Homo sapien faces on a daily basis, and and probably we not uh, we cannot resonate. We can attempt to not resonate with the narratives, with agendas, with interests that others, where others set a trap. Now, if let's say we have 7 billion or 8 or 6 billion people on this planet, now if everybody would be conscious in a coherent way, in a righteous, coherent way, in finding their inner strength, it would probably be possible to fall into a lot less traps than what we are trapping into, and that would make this planet a lot more coherent. And this brings us to the fact that, yeah, to a certain extent, yes, it is possible to heal this dualism that we are facing on this planet. Now, as you can see, I'm spending time in nature here. We have a nice forest, there's the lake. I don't know if I think you can see the lake, yeah, right. And it's quiet, the sun comes out, it just rained. If billions of people would also set their priorities in terms of wanting to spend time in a coherent, in a good way for them, then this would also lead to a healing of dualism. At the end of the day, also, our soul is craving for adventure and wants to experience many things, and it is also, there's nothing wrong with falling into traps and chasing after agendas and so forth. Anyways, there's in no judgmental way whatsoever do I want to portray this issue. On the contrary, it's all about feeling the vibes of life, of the situation, and of this topic, dualism. And again, if everybody is doing things that are good for themselves, then that would bring a lot of good energy. Imagine if billions of people spend time in nature instead of spending time in front of Netflix or things like this. Whereas there's nothing wrong with Netflix. I also watch movies. At the end of the day, I think it's also a matter of quantity and quality, because it comes down to the needs again. If you fill your soul, your being, your life with deep, real needs that you want filled, as I already showed in my other videos, instead of these pseudo needs, then at least I feel a lot better. That way I feel quiet, I find myself, and it makes me crave for life. And yes, I feel that dualism can be healed to a certain extent, and at the same time dualism is the planet that we live on, and Yeah, dualism is also part of it. Because it comes down to the decisions that we make. Which decisions are we making? Why? And this will bring us into a state that brings us to our mission, to our soul mission that we have in ourselves. And if we can pursue that with ups and downs, with dualism, with total dualism, then that makes us feel good. Enjoy the day. The sun's coming out. Goodbye.